What's up guys, Shawnee Dogs here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the absolute easiest way to get black sky rigs. So for those of you who don't know, you have to complete the series of challenges associated with every rig in the game in order to get solar, and then once you get solar rigs, you must get 5 kills with each rig in one game in order to get the black sky rig. So that's what you see me doing right here. That one's really not that hard, you don't have to worry about it. You basically just have to pick up 30 kills in a game. I would not recommend playing team deathmatch at all. I was doing that to challenge myself. I was also switching the weapon that I use after each of those 5 kills that I got. Definitely play either like domination or defender, because those games typically tend to last a lot longer than other game modes. And as you guys can see, I'm on my boy Chapin's account. If you haven't already, hit him up with the follow on Xbox. But the reason I'm on his account and why I didn't do this on my own account is because when they came out with these black sky rigs, you basically just had to do all of the challenges for all of the rigs, but if you already had progress done towards them, it kept that progress. So people started off a lot closer than others. Some people actually instantly got solar because they had already done these challenges, but there was no way to know, and I didn't have many of them done myself. Now, I'm going to run through all of the different rig challenges for each and every rig. Obviously, some are a lot harder than others, and some require simple tactics. The main thing that I would focus on, most of these challenges are geared towards getting like double kills with a rig payload. In some cases, it's actually 4 kills with one of the payloads. But there is one simple strategy that you can do to take out the majority of these challenges, and that's exactly what I followed when I became the first person on Infinite Warfare to unlock the black sky camo. Now, that has nothing to do with black sky rigs. You basically have to get a crap ton of headshots with each and every single gun in the game, and the main strategy that I used to do that was I would take the flank lane on each map, like the lane where you would think the least people would be, maybe 1 or 2, and you try to push through and get behind the enemy. Once you're behind the enemy, you can pretty much do any challenge that you want. You come up behind 2 people, boom, there's your free double kill. That's how I was getting my headshots very easily. And another easy way to knock out these challenges would be to just slay out, because once you can get an advanced UAV, you're going to know exactly where every single person on the other team is. So if there's a really hard challenge that requires you to get like 4 kills, if you know where the entire team is, you'll know like when to pop your rig payload and exactly where to go to pick up those kills. And the last thing, if all else fails, if you're either just not good at the game or there's one specific challenge you just can't get for the life of you, every few weeks they rotate the game modes in Infinite Warfare, and there's one called Hyper Team Deathmatch, which allows your payload to recharge 7 times faster. So using your payload 7 times more in a game than you usually would, that would be a good, easy way to knock out these challenges. Unfortunately, it is not currently in the game, but it will be in a couple of weeks, no doubt. It's been in, I think, 3 or 4 times now, and it is bound to be there again. So I will start off with the Warfighter. I'm not really going to focus on the helmet challenges too much for any of these rigs, because a lot of them, or pretty much all of them, just say either get 3 kills without dying with this rig, get double kills, or just activate their payload a certain amount of times. The hard ones come in the body challenges. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but obviously you want to be running the overclock perk, as that allows your payload to recharge faster. And there are also some perks on weapons. For example, if you kill the whole enemy team, you grant a large boost to your payload meter. You want to be using stuff like that to aid you in this as much as possible. So right here, the first challenge, you need to get 500 score with a single combat focus activation 25 times. This is so much easier with an advanced UAV, a counter UAV, and a regular UAV up. You're getting all that assist score. You might only need to get 2 kills with your activation. So this would fall under the category, you just need that easy double kill. I would just go ahead, get behind the enemy. Or if you have an advanced UAV up, you know exactly where they are, you can try to pop this preemptively if you see 2 or 3 people around a corner. The Warfighter definitely has one of the easiest groups of challenges. For example, the other ones, you need to kill 2 enemies in a single overdrive activation 25 times. Again, just find some way to get that easy double kill, whether it's flanking or using an advanced UAV to your advantage. Then you need double kills while using the ping trait. That's pretty much the exact same thing, except that's active all the time because it is one of those passive traits. So that's another easy challenge that you can get. Another one, just really a grind. You need to get 100 kills with lethal equipment while using the resupply trait. There's really not even a challenge to that. That's just a time-based thing. that you can get whenever you want. So that's it for the Warfighter rig, a very, very easy one to complete. Moving on to the Merc, you need to absorb 4,000 damage with your reactive armor. So if you're getting shot, just pop your reactive armor. That's a pretty easy one. Kill 2 enemies with a single bolt charge. You have to do this 10 times. I would not recommend preemptively using your bolt charge unless you have like an advanced UAV up and you know that there are 2 enemies going into a specific doorway. I would recommend flanking and getting behind the enemy team and making sure that those 2 guys are lined up, because you can go right by someone, be very, very close, and not pick up that kill. Then get 5 ground slam kills while using the shockwave trait. The ground slam isn't really that great, but you only need 5 kills. It's not like there's a time limit on this. Just get behind someone, you jump over their head and kill them. You just have to do it 5 times. And the last challenge for this rig is to regenerate health 25 times while using the infusion trait. That's literally just saying play the game. You get shot 25 times and you don't die, boom, there's your challenge. Moving on to Synaptic. This is where the challenges get tricky, and right now I gotta say to Chapin, I am sorry. I was trying to trick shot for the last kill, didn't end up getting it, and pulled out my ballista. Killed someone after the game clock expired, and it still counted. So I got the black sky rigs, didn't even get to see it, and robbed him of all the glory. So I completely apologize for that. It was a tragic ending, but luckily, more recently, one of my subscribers let me jump on his account to do the same thing, and I'm just going to show you all of the kills that I got in this game. Pay attention to how fast the game clock is moving. There was a lot of time in between these kills. So again, definitely do not play TDM when you're going for these, or you might find yourself running out of time towards the end of the game. The first challenge for Synaptic is activate rewind while damaged 50 times. That's a real easy one, just a time-based thing. You get shot, you use your rewind, boom, challenge done. But this second one, this is one of those harder challenges. You have to get 4 kills with a single Reaper activation 10 times. The Reaper is when you go into that dog mode and you can only melee. I would not recommend preemptively popping this like at all. This is one of those things I would try to get behind the enemy and have an advanced UAV up, because 4 kills is no easy task. Even in like ground war, when that's not even half of the kills in the lobby, the chances of you just running head on into 4 people and killing all of them, it's very low. You don't really get increased health when you use the Reaper. So again, 10 times I would flank and then pop an advanced UAV. If an advanced UAV is very difficult for you to get, you might find that the easiest way to get this is in Infected. Personally, I wouldn't hop into Infected to complete this. I think it's actually harder if all the people are bunched up. They kind of know where you're coming from. And if you can't really get an advanced UAV, then you're going to have a hell of a hard time completing these challenges anyway. But the last 2 challenges are super easy. Kill 5 enemies with the improved thrusters with propulsion. Again, that's similar to that Merc Shockwave one. Just get behind someone, shoot him like 2 or 3 times, and then just jump over him. He'll die. You only have to do it 5 times. That's not one of the tougher ones to do. And then you got to activate your rushdown trait 400 times. That's literally just saying, oh, press this button this many times, boom, challenge done. Moving on to the challenges for FTL, as I show you guys this nuke that I got on Chapin's account, hoping it would make up for something. I doubt it though, considering he has like 200 nukes. But the first challenge is to get 50 melee kills shortly after using FTL jump. This is one of those, it's so much easier if you just hit a flank, get behind the enemy, because if you see like 2 people next to each other, it gives you enough of a time window where you could get both of those kills to count towards this challenge. So you would actually only need to do this 25 times if you were able to get double kills during all of them. Honestly, it's kind of more annoying to do than it is difficult, because you're going to die a few times. Maybe you FTL too far, or you don't FTL far enough, and you'll pretty much waste it and just die. It's very similar to this next one, where using the power slide trait, you have to kill an enemy while sliding and ADSing, which is aiming down your sight 50 times. Now this can be a little bit difficult to do, especially if your aim isn't that good. So I would recommend using a shotgun for this. It makes it 100 times easier, as you're only going to have to hit 1 bullet or 2 if you're using a weaker shotgun while aiming down the sight. The next one, kill an enemy who triggered your perception trait 25 times. That's that yellow glow that you see on your screen. That's when someone can see you, but you can't see them. So you pretty much have to turn around the instant you see that and gun someone down. If you use perception a lot like I do, that's not really much of a challenge. You use the perception to your advantage. It allows you to turn on people with relative ease, especially if you just went around the corner and you saw it flash yellow real quick. You can turn around and destroy the guy as he's sprinting at you. And the last one's super easy, one of those, just press a button and it's complete. you have to activate your phase shift 50 times while damaged. The instant someone shoots you, you pop it, boom, challenge done, and we move on to the striker combat rig. The first challenge can get pretty annoying. You need to get 2 kills with a single gravity vortex shot 25 times. This one's going to take you quite a while. Again, I would recommend getting behind the enemy, maybe have an advanced UAV up. The damage radius on this thing, it really isn't that high. So you might want to play something like hardpoint or domination, get all of your enemies gathered on a point, and then try to shoot this at them. Hopefully they don't move out of the way, or you are close enough where it blows up fast enough so that you will get that double kill. Honestly, all of the challenges for this particular rig are super annoying and are very time consuming. The next one, you have to get 2 kills with a single micro turret 50 times. Now, a very, very easy way to do this is to play hardcore, as the enemies will die pretty much instantly, and they're not going to have a radar to be able to see it. Now, the problem with this is that a lot of hardcore players use blind eye because of this exact reason. They don't want to get killed by micro turrets. So if you're in a lobby with higher level players or ones that are using blind eye, this isn't going to be a very good solution for you. So you're going to have to try to find a hardcore lobby of people that aren't using blind eye, and it will make this very easy. Or you could play an objective-based game mode and put it in a nice tight corridor where they won't be able to destroy it quickly. But there's not like an easy way to do it. These methods just make it easier. Now, the next challenge, kill 50 enemies who have been pinged by your relay trait. What that does, you need to plant equipment. When you plant your equipment, it releases like a ping if enemies are close enough. You have to kill them after it does that ping. You can put like a C4 up on a ceiling somewhere, and when someone comes in the proximity, it will ping, it will go off for you. You could also just come up behind people, throw equipment behind them, and kill them as well. I said 50, you actually have to do that 100 times. Good luck. Next challenge, 75 enemies. You gotta kill them with planted equipment while using the hardened trait. That allows your equipment to persist through death. Basically, you just plant a crap ton of equipment, or you could run around with C4s if you want to accelerate the process. Just throw C4s in people's faces. But you got to do that 75 kills. Finally, we move on to the Phantom rig, and this first challenge, people have been saying they have issues with it, but you only need to do it one time, and that is kill 2 enemies with a single ballista shot. Definitely do not just randomly preemptively use this and then aim down a hallway. You're just going to waste it 9 times out of 10. You want to know where the enemies are, whether it's a UAV or an advanced UAV, or you come up behind 2 people that are right next to each other, boom, there's your free double kill. You just aim down the sight, and it's easy pickings. If that's not working for you, or maybe you can't get that advanced UAV, you could try aiming down the long hallway in Frontier, as well as the super long hallway in Skydock as well, because those are high traffic areas. You're bound to catch 2 people off guard if somehow you can't come up behind 2 people yourself. Next up is another really easy one, get 50 melee kills while using active camo. This is basically just a time-based thing. When you use active camo, it's really good in this game. People can't see you like at all, and it's very easy to pick up a melee kill. You just see someone, you both turn a corner, you pop it. He has no idea where you are, you just come up behind him for the easy melee. Do that 50 times, and the challenge is yours. The next one, really easy as well. It's one of those double kills. You just need to get 25 kills with a single activation of Pulsar. I will say that the Pulsar doesn't last that long, so you definitely want to see the 2 people before you pop this. But still a pretty easy challenge, essentially just telling you to get double kills. The last one, also a nice and easy one, kill 25 enemies after they damage your rear guard shield. Now, this is just going to happen through the course of the gameplay. I wouldn't like try to turn around and have someone shoot your back. Doing that is completely unnecessary. You're going to go out, you're going to play like 5 matches, and you're just going to randomly get the challenge. People end up shooting that back plate off a lot more than you would think, and you don't really have to do anything special. So there you have it. After you complete all of these challenges, you will unlock the solar camo on all of your rigs, and you have to get those 5 kills in one match with every single rig in the game, and it will be yours. So judging by the looks of the challenges, I would say the hardest one that stands out from any of the others is get those 4 kills with a single Reaper activation. None of the other ones require you to get anywhere near 4 kills. They're more like double kills. So the one thing I will emphasize to make these challenges infinitely easier, it's all about the tactics. If you're just going to randomly preemptively pop your payload, you're not going to have a fun time going for this. You want to see exactly what the challenge is that you're going to try for and save your payload until you see the optimal time to strike. That way, you're going to avoid wasting your payload a lot, and you're going to be like, oh damn, I should have saved that and I could have had it for right now behind these 2 guys. You don't want to end up in those situations. So save your payload definitely try to get behind the enemy, try to get some streaks as well so you know where they are. But that is going to wrap it up for this one. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like, comment down below with any thoughts or questions you may have, and as always, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new for some more great videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.